Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to another episode of Friday Fire on A Better World with Adrienne. I am your host, Adrienne Schroeder. I am your guide, your leader, your, channel deliverer of messages to up level for your own life and obviously for us to make a better world together. And so this format of the podcast is a blast of magic, sending you off with Friday Fire into your weekend for tools, things to contemplate, things to integrate, things to implement that will change your life. And so this week, I am channeling on the most important cleanse to start today. So we are at the beginning of a calendar year still. At the time of this recording, it is the beginning of February 2024. And we are about 2-3 weeks after the new moon in Capricorn, and we're about to have the Lunar New Year. So we're really starting to get jazzed up into the whole like New Year energy. All right. And so a lot of people are thinking about cleanses and like, oh, I'm going to go back to the gym and I'm going to do A, B, C, D, E, and I'm going to do all these habits. And it's like, today I'm teaching the one cleanse, the most important cleanse to do and start today. And when you do this, you automatically don't need any of the other ones. So if you're like, hell yeah, I want something efficient. Hell yeah, I only want to worry about one thing. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Then this episode is for you. So the most important cleanse to start today. So I do want to give credit where credit is due. And this idea, I've put my own flair on it, but this idea I first heard from the woman Byron Katie. So if you do not know Byron Katie, her work changed my life. And so I will link it in the show notes, her website, but she has something called The Work. And it is where she teaches how to, be in relationship with your thoughts. It's like you're questioning your own thoughts, you're turning them around. Like literally her work changed my whole life. When I first got into, I remember when I had a life coach before it was trendy. I was still, drinking a ton of alcohol and doing a ton of drugs. But I remember having a life coach when I was in grad school, and I didn't tell anybody. It was because it was so like not the vibe and not trendy like it is now. But anyways, she introduced me to Byron Katie's work and it changed my life. So I will link that in the show notes. I first heard this idea from her, and then I kind of implemented it in my own way, and I gave it my own name with a unique flair, but I call it an integrity cleanse. So an integrity cleanse is this: you choose a time in your life where you are going to be deeply checking in with if you are in alignment with the truth of your soul or not. And so here's what it comes down to. There is a gap that's underneath every single gap in every single person's life that blocks them from what they desire. And it's this: what you know and what you live and do are two different things. So it's like when you know something and you don't do it, that's the integrity gap. Okay, because you're out of alignment, you're incongruent, there's an inner discord, it's like a war within you. And so in an integrity cleanse, you delete the war within you. And so I'm just going to teach a really simple framework and way for you to do this, and you get to decide what integrity is for you. But this is the root of why people don't trust themselves, why people don't love themselves, why people don't respect themselves, why people don't create the lives that they want, is because there is a perpetual gap in integrity within them. And so no matter what your goals are, if you do an integrity cleanse, I guarantee you will get closer to that goal. And not only just the goal, but you will become the person that you are in your soul. Like the person you came here to be and who you actually are will be the same thing. and everything else follows suit after that. So an integrity cleanse. You can choose how many days you want to do it, or you could choose, I like doing it for a month. It goes like this. The first step, it's 3 steps. Okay. The first thing I want you to do is locate the ping. And I want to preface this with, if you have not done nervous system healing work, this might be challenging for you, because locating the ping means, where in your body does your yes or your no show up for you and your intuition? Okay. And all of us have been programmed to override this. And so if you haven't done deep nervous system reset and release work, it might be really challenging for you to locate the ping. You might not know what the difference between fear and intuition is, which is where I was for many, many years before breath work. Okay, so if this is you, just do an intro breathwork session with me and just see what it is. Give yourself a chance to see what it is. Like, link is in the show notes to book that if you want. But first thing you're going to do for the integrity cleanse is you're going to locate the ping. Where in your body is the ping of truth? So for me, it's in my heart space. For me, it's in my heart space. If I feel like an ouch, I'm like, oh, ouch. Like, first, something's off. Or if I feel into my heart and it feels like a very gentle peacefulness, or like, relief, then that's a yes. So you're going to locate your ping, and you're going to experience. So this is not in the mind, by the way. This is not in the mind. We're going straight to the body. We're going straight to the source. Locate the ping. So where in your body does it show up? And one way you could explore this is human design, because depending on your centers and all of that, you might have it in different ways. But I really feel for myself and a lot of people, it's in the heart space. A lot of people have it in their gut, but since I'm a non-energy, non-sacral being, that just doesn't work for me. And so let this be an experiment. You're going to locate the ping. Okay. You're going to locate your ping. You're going to discover, okay, what does a yes feel like? What does a no feel like? You do not need to be right the first time. Okay. Give yourself the gift of letting yourself be in the process of experimentation, because I'm going to be real with you. For me, I didn't fully understand what my intuition was versus fear for probably 2 years into this experiment. Okay. So just give yourself some grace, but just get in the game. Okay. So you're going to locate the ping. You're going to figure out what a yes or a no feels like in that part of your body. And so then phase 2 of the integrity cleanse, you're going to use a timer, and you're going to set your timer for 20 minutes. And all day, the timer is going to go off. And when the timer goes off, you're going to feel into the place where your ping is, and you're going to be like, where am I out of integrity? Where am I out of integrity? And then you're going to do the wildly brave and uncomfortable thing. You are going to act on that. Okay, so what do I mean by that? I've done things during an integrity cleanse where it's like, my timer goes off, which the timer thing is a Byron Katie thing, which I love, because you know me, I love systems. I'm like, just make it automatic. That I don't have to use my precious, thoughts and minds and mind on it. I've done things like said yes to something that I didn't actually want to do. And it's not about not doing things that you have resistance to, that are in integrity. Like, for example, yesterday, I actually had a really hard conversation with someone that I realized I was avoiding for like 3 days. And I was like, oh, I have so much resistance to this. Also, like, I'm going to feel so relieved when it's done. And we had it, and it actually ended up being really beautiful. There was a clear solution, and now, it's not on my radar, and I'm in full alignment. But so what I've done in this integrity cleanse is be like, That's different than, because being out of integrity in that situation was me not having the conversation, right? Okay, so I've done things like said yes to going to a party, and then my timer goes off. Where are you out of integrity? Oh fuck, I just said yes to that party, and that's actually a big no in my body. And so what do? You do the brave, uncomfortable, wildly uncomfortable thing. And you call that person back and you're like, actually, I'm not going to be at the party because it's a no in my body. Or whatever you want to say. You can figure that out for yourself. And this is where, my coaching really comes in with my clients, because I can give one-on-one feedback and support, create frameworks, all of that stuff to navigate these things. But it's like your timer could go off and go beep, beep, beep. Where am I out of integrity? Oh, I didn't go to the gym or do breath work. And so when we bring it back to like 3D move stuff, which is my signature program, which the link to that is in the show notes if you want more information. It could be like 8 p.m. that your timer goes off and you get that download, right? So what can you do to shift into integrity then is you could do a 15-minute breath work and a 15-minute, strength training at home with weights or something, or even your body weight. But that way you see every time you're snapping back into alignment of integrity and you're deepening the groove of integrity. And so do you see how it just automatically cleans up your whole life? One of my mentors, Melanie Ann Layer, she uses this phrase. She's like, squeaky clean energy, squeaky clean energy. And I just love that, because it's like, it's not about being perfect. It's not about having all the answers. It's not about always, having like sunshine and rainbows, but it's like, is it squeaky clean? Which means responsibility, which means integrity, which means truth. Okay, so this is what I invite you into. This is the most important cleanse for you to start today, is the integrity cleanse, my friend. So it's a 3-step, very simple process. And then I really invite you to decide, if you are brand new to something like this, maybe start small, maybe start with a week. And be like, okay, locate the ping. Where in my body does it show up? And what does a yes feel like? And what does a no feel like? Okay, then use your timer every 20 minutes. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, where am I out of integrity? I said no to that date, but I actually wanted to say yes. That happened to me. A real story. I said no to a date and I got home and I was like, what the fuck? I actually really wanted to go to that. Why did I do that? So then I tracked the person down and I was like, actually, I do want to go if you're still up for it. And it actually opened up a beautiful conversation with that person. But that's the second step. And then the third step is the part that most people don't do. Be brave and take action. Wildly uncomfortable action, and let it be a game. Let it be like, okay, I'm on the safari of a life I'm proud of. Let's fucking go. Okay. So that is today's Friday Fire. This is the most important cleanse you can start today. This will change your whole entire life. Every single goal you're manifesting, becoming the person you say you are, like all of that deep alignment, the self-trust, the self-respect, the self-love, all of it is on the other side of this integrity cleanse. So I would love to hear from you how this landed, how this goes for you if you decide to do it. And of course, if you want more support from me, you can go to the links in the show notes and learn about the ways you can work with me. This is just a small window into what's possible. All right, beautiful. Have an amazing weekend. Go out there, implement this amazing, life-changing integrity cleanse. Let me know how it goes. Be the light, be the change. Go make a stranger smile, because that's what we do here. And be the reason someone believes in a better world, because you're the one making it. Love you so much, and I will see you next time in a better world with Adrienne.